bought them at cost, we sold them at cost.
Yeah.
And hence, we were able to sell it at affordable prices.
Yeah.
Didn't make a profit on the prawns, the guys, but they obviously would have on other offerings that they had on the day.
Sure,
but I think it's more about, it's about stimulating interest back into come racing. There's a reason to come, in addition to coming to have a bet on the horse or watch racing, etc. And to make it, more interesting for people to sort of be there, on the day.
Clyde, you're involved in the promotion and the sponsorship of racing.
Right.
Are you making headway at difficult times? It's not easy out there.
It's a tough job out there, I must tell you. We've got a team of people who are out there engaging with corporates, etc., corporate South Africa. And, we're hoping that in the time that we've spent over the last couple of years really just selling the sport first before you sell a race.
Yeah.
Having people understand what it's about, what it means, and the value thereof as to why you should be associated with the business, and the perception of the sport has its scars. I mean, let's face reality.
That's the problem,
But it's to overcome that, and the only way one can really overcome that, I believe, is by actually showcasing what we have to offer. So you spend a lot of time with an interested corporate in showcasing and involving and inviting, and it can take up to 2 years to get them interested.
Involved.
Once they become interested, well, then there's an opportunity to say, well, we like this, we like what we're in, and let's do something. And we're slowly but surely getting there. I think
do we make the most of the television opportunities that are afforded to sponsors as far as this is concerned?
Well, I mean, look, Teletrack's a very busy channel. It's a betting channel at the end of the day. I've been told that many times. This is a betting channel, but at the end of the day, it has its value. We reach there are over 400 branches in South Africa, as you know. They're bustling. They're busy places. We believe we have about 7% of the DSTV subscriber base, which is a large number of homes that are watching Teletrack on an on and off basis. So there are a number of people that are watching. Are we making or taking enough advantage of Teletrack? Probably not, but we can only really utilize space that that's available. It's difficult, as you know, with magazine shows. There's racing on all the time, and like in this case where it's interrupted. And
you're going to be very unhappy tonight, okay? Yeah. Because now the dog is biting you.
Yeah.
This show, which you want to showcase, okay, is going out after 2 other shows. It's going out 10:15. Most people are sleeping by then. So you can say whatever you like.
Tough.
No one's going to be watching. The 7% not going to be watching you tonight.
So if you've got this on YouTube, is it going out?
Yeah, it goes out on YouTube. Lucky for you. But it's fantastic having you here. But let me talk to V about the betting, because there's lots of things in the betting business that we need to sort out. Jackpots. Couplings and jackpots.
James, we removed the coupling jackpots about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Certainly. Jackpot pools have almost doubled. From an international perspective, James, with our rules being taken away, I noticed over the last 2 months the international participation in our jackpots has grown significantly. About 25% of our pools are now come from international environments. So the jackpot no couplings has worked. We average dividends about 10,000 Rand, which is good. In a center like PE, Flamingo Park, with those dominant trainers, it works. Punters want a challenge as well. They love a challenge, so that has worked. We launched the Jackpot Quick Mix, James.
Tell us about that, because that seems to be attracting pretty good pools.
James, it just shows the power of the local racing. The idea was to take a local race and mix it with 3 international races and try and do it as quick as possible. And our average pools there is about 250,000. Brilliant. Clyde and I were around the Chatsworth area, to Clyde to Chatsworth Centre on Thursday. And the punters love it.
They like the quick mix.
Love the quick mix.
International racing.
The success behind the quick mix, so to speak, is the result of, or the outcome of your pool bet, which is, a jackpot, as we know, it can take up to 2-3 hours before you know if you won or not. Where in the quick mix is, you hope to have accomplished that within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you've got your local ending, and then your next 3 automatically follow. And I think it's worked so well because people it's like that machine that spins.
Yeah.
The result is almost instantaneous. You know if you've won or lost instead of hanging around and waiting.
But isn't that the whole force of Teletrack and what you're trying to do on Teletrack as a betting channel? Races as quickly as possible after each other. You want the punter to churn the money.
Absolutely right. I mean, from a
betting perspective, and the punter wants to churn the money.
We will tell you more about it, but I believe from a betting perspective, that's absolutely the answer. From a stakeholder's perspective, the guy's interested in the running of the horse and the loving of the horse and running the purist.
Terrible.
He's like, come on, give me a chance too. So it's difficult to balance that, but at the end of the day, I assume it comes down to, what ultimately ends up paying the bills, and that's all. It's all about turnover, really. But we're trying, certainly I am from an events perspective, from a sporting perspective, trying my best to preserve some airtime on Teletrack, to be able to show through the powers that be that manage it, to be able to show the other half of why horse racing is so fantastic. And it's important that we keep that alive.
V, Quick Mix obviously good. All-to-comes, are they working, the all-to-come bet?
James, the all-to-come bet was basically done for the branch punter, the guy that comes in at lunchtime, likes 3 horses, different races. He can place a bet and go back to work. It wasn't done for the big punter. So it seems to work for them. They have an opportunity, because previously with the tote rules, you were limited to take a double or a treble consecutive races. Now you can choose what he wants. So it's working, but on our bigger days, it certainly works.
Yeah.
When we have these other ideas, it definitely works. So on a smaller scale, yes, it is working.
I've seen that on some races you offer 5 places and 6 places. I know that was started here on the Vodacom Dome July. Does that work in those big races, big race days? I saw the other day in Johannesburg, I think the 2 big races, 5 places. Kleine, was that?
James,
what do you think, V?
Yes, that was an idea we thought about 2 years ago, and the place pool used to be around the 5 million mark, and for the Vodacom Durban July of 2011, we virtually grew the place pool by 70%. I think, as we discussed, the most important point that you guys raised was the term churn. I think the more winners we can create to churn the money is more profitable to us. And to create more winners, the only way we could do it was with the 6 places.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you the critical question. Because people say, and you say, and we all agree, churn is the answer. Now, how do you get churn? Surely you've got to keep the punter absolutely informed. Now, to keep a punter informed and to create churn is not very easy. Because to keep him informed, you've got to have the information coming to him.
James, you're 100% correct. For me, information is power. I think Teletrack does a brilliant job with the shows, with the presenters, on-course presenters, with the information out there. There is enough information. 20 years ago, when I was in horse racing, when I worked for the bookmakers clerk, very little. If a trainer spoke, it was news for you. Now I think there's actually too much information out there. We train our punters to have a bet every 10 minutes. So you haven't got a chance to really study form these days. Previously, when racing was on a Wednesday or Saturday, we studied the book thoroughly.
Half an hour between races.
Yes. Now the punter is trained to take a bet 10 minutes in between. Even me today, if I watch a turf meeting night meeting when there's no international racing, I actually get bored. That's how bad it's gone.
So that's what you've done to change racing, change the face of racing. I can't say that I get bored. I like going down the parade ring and having a look. But you see, there are very few people my age still in racing, are there?
Not really, James.
All you youngsters, it's different.
It's the mandate.
Yeah.
My mandate, I'm looking for turnovers.
Yeah.
Your mandate, you love the animal. I love the animal as well.
Yeah.
But I get measured on turnovers, how we can grow the tote to sustain horse racing. So whatever I do comes back to you.
Okay. New bets. What new bets have you got?
James, horse racing is lacking a bet that pays a huge dividend. And I've done something which will be coming out soon. Just waiting for the gambling authorities to pass it. There will be a bet coming soon, the way it's been amended, that your payouts, we're looking at in the millions of rands. So that's coming soon, very soon. Watch this space.
Is it going to be easy to catch or difficult? Obviously, if paying millions of rands, it's going to be very difficult to catch. The problem with pick sixes and things like that is that the little punter says, well, I got no chance. I can't put in enough money to win this thing.
Not really, James. As long as the fractional betting option is there, that's not an excuse.
Okay.
I don't believe that's an excuse. If we took away fractional betting, then you're discriminating.
Okay.
So as long as the fractional betting...
this new big bet is going to have fractional betting as well?
Yes. It's not really a new bet, but you'll see there is some modifications taking place.
Okay. As far as... anything else on the block?
From a sports betting perspective, James, well, that's the future.
Sports betting, yeah, that's big. What about the rugby fives and rugby ones and all these things that you've got going?
James, just to put you in the picture from a numbers perspective, globally, from a SAFTOT perspective, our sports betting pools will be close to 750 million this year. Sports betting is the way to go forward. If you walked into any tote outlets previously, you'll see that an average age of the punter in the tote was 50 years old. Today, you walk into a tote outlet, you'll see there's 25-year-olds and youths in there. It's all through sport. Sport's the future. I try to explain to people that we have to go with the flow. If you can't beat them, you join them. So we've launched the Soccer 10 at 2 Rand. That thought we were dying for a 2 Rand bet. Soccer 10 is brilliant. We've created multiple millionaires. We had the highest payout of 2.2 million for Soccer 10 for a 2 Rand unit. Soccer 13 is the most amazing bet at 130, ranges between 130 and 150, depends on the exchange rate. Just this weekend, James, the Swedish authorities contacted me. We had a bonus round. We reached a pool of 30 million Rand. There were 13 winners.
Okay, now just tell me how it works, okay, because I know I've been asked this by a number of people. How much money is coming from South Africa and how much money is going into the Swedish pool?
James, South Africa represents about, today we started on 6% of the pool, now we're averaging about 10% of the total pool.
10%. So we're putting in 3 million of the 30 million, or 1.5 million of the 30 million. 2.5,
2.6 million of the 30 million of the 25 million.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we do that. And this weekend, we had multiple millionaires.
From South Africa?
South Africa, with the Soccer 13.
So the South Africans, whoever wins it, will end up with that percentage of the pool. Doesn't matter whether we only put in 10% of the pool, they get a share of the whole
full
pool.
dividend. You get the So our South African people that played the pool got the 1.2 million.
Fantastic.
We were multiplying this weekend. So and if you're the single winner of the Soccer 13, you win the pool plus you win a guaranteed 10 million krona, which is about just under 15 million Rand today.
So that's the bonus.
That's the bonus. If you're a single winner. If you win the pool, if you're a single winner, you get a further 10 million krona. Now we haven't paid that since we joined the pool. There was not a single winner on a Saturday. So thus we put the bonus round in it to try and keep the presence going. So Soccer 13 is brilliant. Soccer 10 is working well. Rugby 5 taken off slowly. We've got Jean de Villiers now as the new face of Rugby 5. This weekend coming up, this Saturday, we have a carryover of 100,000. I'm expecting a pool of about 250. Super 15, top games. The pool closes on Saturday at 20 to 11, so there's no excuses. I hope to pass the 250 mark. Soccer 1, Rugby 1, just there to promote. And we've got a new bet coming up as well, a new sports bet coming up as well. I can name it to you. It's called Wheels 3 and Wheels 4. It's a formula racing bet, a trifecta and a quartet. That's coming soon as well. If we've got more, James, just watch the space. There's plenty coming. I will come back on your show to explain you.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time because we are tied by 1 hour limit from my man on my right here, on your left. And so we can't go
to pay more money. Who's behind you?
On any further. But the director of sports betting, okay, and Clyde, the sales executive, Phumelela.
If I may just, before you chase us away, just in terms of...
I'm not chasing you, chasing me.
Okay, that's what they say. Just from an events perspective, if I may just inform everybody out there as well, with the Triple Crown now in full swing, we invite you all to come in to Turfentine. Last Saturday of March, it's Easter Saturday.
Last Saturday of March, last weekend of April.
That's absolutely right. That's the Intercontinental Village, by the way, that theme at the end of April where different cultures and communities come together, showcase their dance and their food and all. That's a great day out. It's been a great success since that came about, the Intercontinental Village, at the end of April. Then, of course, in Port Elizabeth, don't forget, we have coming up, we have the running of the Recall Derby in May, middle of May. So there's quite a bit of excitement going on there in Port Elizabeth. And then in the Western Cape, also Easter Monday, the team over there put together a chase for the golden egg, being Easter, of course, and I believe that the child that finds the golden egg gets about 10,000 Rand or something like that donated to their education. So there's a lot to be read and found about that. It's happening in a couple of weeks in the Western Cape, not forgetting their mini Triple Crown that goes on there, the Winter Series that starts on there. So there's quite a bit of activity going on, and we appreciate the support from wherever it comes. So thanks very much once again.
We appreciate you guys making the time to come on the show, and really, as you can see, there's a lot going on in racing, lots of things that we don't know about. These guys have got their finger on the pulse. It's always a pleasure having them there. And until next week, from me, James Goodman, have a great show.